Hello, everybody. Welcome to live softball action, as James likes to say, here on beautiful Ghanaland in Adelaide, South Australia. It's the pink round all throughout the day here in the Softball SA Premier League competition. We've seen one game. Now it's time for game number 2. Fifth place Hills. They've lost 4 of their last 5, looking to get off the schneid, going against a team that's red hot in West Torrens. Good matchup today, so welcome inside the broadcast booth. Eric Ballnar here with Lee Holt, donned in our beautiful pink tops. Glenelg Rebels and Walkerville Cats played earlier today. Lee, thankful for you for joining me today on Breast Cancer Awareness Day.
It's a pleasure. It's a great day, Eric. And the matchup I'm looking forward to is the Hood Sisters.
The Hood Sisters.
It's a jewel within a jewel of this game. The game itself, and just let's see how they go.
Georgia Hood is the pitcher for Hills, but it's Harper Bridley getting the start in place of Steph Trzynski. Steph is playing in the game, but Harper Bridley getting the spot start, so an opportunity to see what the young pitcher can do. We know she's been working hard. Let's see how it eventuates to. She's going to pitch to Abby Jorgensen for the first pitch of the game, and we are underway.
Well, we've seen her once, I think, this year on the TV. Well, it may not have been the TV game, but she's got promise. They wouldn't be pitching her if she didn't.
Jorgensen standing in as the batter. This is how they'll hit in order. It's Abby Jorgensen, followed by Georgia Ballard. Georgia Hood anchoring the lineup at 3. Megan Williams, one of the transfers over to Hills this year, batting 4. Daniela Perez batting 5th, and it's a shot from Abby Jorgensen. That rattles all the way out towards left field. Chloe Lockwood picks it up. Lockwood makes the throw in, but Jorgensen gets in there with a leadoff double.
Just held her hands back then, didn't she, on the change-up? Abby, and just she's a promising player. My goodness, she is.
Off to a great start this season, Abby Jorgensen, batting .429 through the 9 games she's played. There's a look at Harper Bridley's numbers. She's only pitched the 5 innings. She's allowed 7 earned runs in that, so she'll be looking to bounce back in her second start here in the competition. Georgia Ballard, sweet swinging, swings right through it. Danny Perez rounds out the lineup at 5, Peyton Daniels 6, Georgia King 7, Sasha Penglaze 8, Ruby Ballard 9. Lee, let's get you to take us around the diamond.
I certainly will. Around the diamond, first base, it's Kelsey Nucky. Mary Fuss is at second. Sophie Hall at third. Lana Kaisler, shortstop. Outfield from left to right, Chloe Lockwood. I can't say I've seen Chloe before, so I'll be interested in looking at her. Steph Trzynski's at centre, and Izzy Benedictson is at right field.
Carly Allen out hurt.
And you mentioned Harper. Well, it's Harper pitching to Amber Hood.
Amber Hood catching. Harris, of course, out as well. She'll be out for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, she asked me when I was getting the teams written up to mention her as an assistant coach here. She said she's not lost to this team.
Did you put her in the lineup? Jordan Harris, we're talking about, of course, the Aussie Spirit player. She's not around the rest of the season. So Georgia Ballard, one of the rising stars. She's got a really nice swing. A lot of people very high on her, aren't they, Lee?
They certainly are. Just needs to put the ball in the play, push Abby on one more base.
Swings through it, and Harper Bridley has her first strikeout of the game, and it comes with a runner in scoring position.
I'll just go around the umpires, if you like, Eric.
Absolutely.
On plate, it's Brett Tyler. First base, Kevin Tannebring. And third base, Steve Wallace-Yarra.
Batting now, Georgia Hood. Really the anchor of this team. She's hitting .556 on the year in the 8 games. She's got 4 extra base hits. She's driven in 6 runs. That leads the team. Her pitching numbers you'll see later. There's a reason why she was on that Aussie Spirit squad that went over to Japan in that training camp leading up to it. She shows some power going to the opposite field. Izzy Benedictson runs in, makes the catch, runner tagging over towards third. Abby Jorgensen will get there with no problem, but the big out with a runner in scoring position as Georgia Hood retired.
Certainly is. Georgia had her 21st birthday last Saturday, celebrated it. She's only 21.
Crazy.
Can you believe that?
That's absolutely insane.
She seems like she's been playing forever.
Megan Williams up to bat. Hills, they started off the season so well. They'd won 3 of their first 4. They were looking threatening, but in their last few games, they've just lost a lot of narrow games. They lost to Walkerville 5-4, lost to Sturt 2-1, lost to Glenelg 5-4, lost to West Torrens 2-0. They did mix in a win versus Port Adelaide 12-3. It's a very young team, but for the last 5 games, it's not like they're getting blown out of the water. They're losing in games, but that really come down to 1 or 2 plays.
It could do, and that's what it usually does in finals as a rule, doesn't it? When you go to the main part of the season, the finals, those things happen. And a lot of the routine plays. You do them correctly, you're probably going to win.
West Torrens, meanwhile, they started off a little slow, but they've been on a roll lately. They beat Glenelg 11-2. They beat Hills 2-1. Then they lost to Port Adelaide in a lopsided defeat, but Steph Trzynski has powered them with the bat and in the circle. Luna over Hills 2-0 on Wednesday, and Glenelg last weekend 11-0. So they haven't allowed a run in the last couple games.
This batter is a very experienced player, Megan Williams.
One of your favorites.
Oh, yes. When she played for Seacombe a couple of seasons ago now, she was so reliable at shortstop, could get hits now and again. And she's going to the count here with
hard hit ball again over towards short. Lana Kaesler makes the play. Abby Jorgensen leads things off with a double, but Harper Bridley and the West Torrens defense get 3 straight outs, keep the runner stranded, and now West Torrens will go to work to try to put a number on the board. So this is how West Torrens will look in terms of their batting lineup. Obviously a couple key outs today, so we're going to start to rely on the depth from the Eagles' perspective. Amber Hood, the transfer from Hills, playing her former team. She'll lead things off. Lana Kaesler following Sophie Hoyle, Steph Trzynski, Kelsey Nucky. That's a very dangerous top 5. Then you go to the younger players. Mary Fuse, Harper Bridley, Izzy Benedictson, and Chloe Lockwood. Round out the orders. Chloe Lockwood making her debut game.
Know anything about her, Eric?
Debut game. We're about to find out something about her.
Yeah, but I think she's a B-grade player from West Torrens, the Eagles, and so we look forward to good luck to her. Good luck to her.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see someone a young player get an opportunity. In the circled out, Georgia Hood. Unbelievable numbers. ERA under 1.5 runs a game. Batters average against under 200. Strikeout rate high. Walks better than they were last year. Georgia Hood is being a real menace to face. She's kept them in every game they play. That's probably why they're losing by just those 1 runs. They're just looking for a couple extra run support tonight to support her. She's throwing to Georgia Ballard, and what we should be a great opening matchup is Georgia Hood pitching to her sister Amber.
Yes, as we mentioned at the start, that I'm looking forward to that. I'm not quite sure who's going to come out of the top out of the 2 Hoods.
2 of
we'll
the best
soon find
in
out.
The competition. Now, in the out, Lee, why don't you take us around the outfield and around the diamond?
Yes, I will. Start with the infield. It's Megan Williams at first base, Ruby Ballard second, Peyton Daniels at third, Danny Perez is in the hole at shortstop, and the outfield from left to right, Georgia King, Abby Jorgensen, and Sasha Penglace.
Now it's time for the Battle of the Hoods. Amber in the circle, Georgia in the batter's box. Amber Hood having a big season in her first with West Torrens. She's hitting .471. Amber batting, Georgia pitching.
Well, she's not going to give her any free passes, is she, George? Competitor that she is, 21 years of age, huge competitor.
Amber Hood the last couple seasons, though, has been among the leaders in walks. She's got a great eye at the plate, Amber Hood.
Yeah. Well, she should know every pitch that George can throw.
Think they've been throwing together for a while?
Yes, yes. She started off as a pitcher herself, Amber, a long time, well, wasn't that long ago, but seems a long time ago.
Out to right field, and Sasha Penglace was caught in just a little bit, so Amber Hood will dig for second and stand there standing up. So just like Hills started their batting innings, it's a leadoff double from the leadoff hitter. This one's sister off sister, and Amber Hood wins the battle. She's got a double. Lana Kaesler steps in, former calf coral medalist. Makes the move over to shortstop today. Talk about a competitor in Lana Kaesler.
Yep.
Lana to the right side. Amber Hood is going to hold up at third. Kaesler just beats out the throw. It was a good effort from Sasha Penglaze in a threatening position early for the Eagles. It's runners on the corners.
First pitch, wasn't it, Lana? And she can run.
The Eagles sometimes take that aggressive hitting approach, and that's what they're doing early on. Sophie Hoyle takes a pitch over the plate.
Yes, they're a dangerous side, the Eagles, when they string hits together. They've already strung 2 together. They'll be looking for a third here. Another person that can hit the ball a long way, Hoyle.
She's got a home run this year already. That rides inside as Lana Kaesler scoots to second, standing up. 2 runners in scoring position versus Georgia Hood. Runs hard to come by versus Georgia, just that 1.8 ERA. Or 1.4 ERA rather, entering today's game. Hoyle trying to put the damage there with the bat, chops through it, strike 2.
Can't afford to let this hit. If it comes, land in the green, on the green. See Abby Jorgensen moving around a bit.
And a swing and a miss.
Good pitching.
She operates at about a strikeout and a half per inning, does Georgia Hood, and there's number 1 of the game. I have a feeling we'll see a couple more of those today.
Yes, I don't think it'll be on this particular batter because Steph Trzynski is hitting the ball as hard and as long as anybody.
She's opened the season 11 for 21. She's got 6 doubles, 2 triples, and you saw it last week. She has a home run. She's got 10 RBIs. Those are leading the competition, but 10 ribbies in the early season, just in 7 games for Steph.
Yeah, the one that was the home run hit the pole on the full, obviously, and put a little dent in it. That's how hard it was going.
And she hits the ball hard, opposite field. It's right. Will it stay fair? It does not. It just drifts away. Steph Trzynski, remember in the summer, not the Summer Slam, the fully loaded competition earlier before the year, when she hit the, what, it was 11 home runs in the home run derby that
seven of them
pounded
straight,
everybody else?
Yeah.
It was like clockwork. It was just one after another over the fence. She's got a big swing.
Power. She's got power, hasn't she?
Last year she won the Calf Coral medal. She put up great numbers batting. She was hurt. We didn't think she would pitch for most of the year. We knew she could hit, but we didn't realize she could hit this well. And now it's not a surprise, these numbers at all this year.
No.
He's turning into as complete as a player as there is in the competition. Grounded by Peyton Daniels, and that's a crucial second out.
Good comeback from George there, wasn't it?
Got the ground ball versus a very powerful hitter. Leading team's replay lead.
Yeah, well handled by Peyton Daniels. Just ignore the runner there because she was going nowhere. That was Amber at third.
Kelsey Nucky, long-time player with this squad.
Reliable.
Sure-handed as you get at first.
Misreliable.
Inside.
And the thing you'll notice about Kelsey, she catches the ball one-handed at first. She doesn't drop anything.
She's been on a bunch of Team of the Years for a reason at that position. Takes the pitch for a strike, 1-1 count. Georgia Hood, a competitor in the circle. Hills got all the way to the grand final last year, and Georgia Hood instrumental in that. This is a rematch of the preliminary final from March earlier this year.
Yep, and this is Kelsey's strength, pulling the ball down the left field line. That's why I'd be playing my right field right in here. She won't go deep right field, I wouldn't think. Need to catch the ball. If it lands in there, there'll be a 1 run, if not 2.
Runners on first and second, or runners on second and third, rather. 2 runners on. They had 2 runners on with nobody out, but a strikeout and the ground out to third has caused some problems. 2-2 count upcoming.
Interesting pitch then, wasn't it? A little off-pace one, a little bit too high, just nibbling away. Batter Nucky not interested in playing a shot.
Nucky fouled away.
Different sort of batter than Steph. See Steph hit a foul ball there. A lot of power on the opposite field. Kelsey liked to pull it like that.
That goes foul. Good at bat from Kelsey Nucky. This will be pitch number 7 she's about to face in the at bat versus Georgia Hood.
Yeah, good turn at bat, isn't it? Get your money's worth. Coaches like that. Their players getting their money's worth. Not going for the first pitch when it's not necessary.
Full count.
It's a very good turn at bat with 2 people on.
Runners should get a good jump on this one.
Ball has to be caught if it's in the air.
She chases, and Georgia Hood gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. They get 2 runners aboard, and they leave them stranded. We played 1. It's no score. Well, Lee, these games have been nail-biters that these 2 squads have played this year. 2-0 on Wednesday. Before that was 2-1. It was 2 great pitching duels between Georgia Hood and Steph Drzezinski in both those games that Georgia Hood just lost out on. Steph Drzezinski played the hero in those ones. However, Harper Bridley in the mound tonight, she allowed the double to start the game, but then she goes strikeout, fly out, ground out to get out of the jam. So Harper Bridley looks settled into the game, and a lot will ride on her shoulders today.
Yeah, she started well. Are you surprised Steph didn't start in this game?
I'm a little surprised that Steph didn't start this game. I know she can't pitch every game, but you got a chance for 2 Team Australia pitchers to go at each other. But great opportunity for Harper Bridley.
That's what you need, don't you, as a young player, young person in pitching, Premier League. You just need to be given opportunities, and good things come from it.
And these opportunities are going to be very valuable at the end of the season when they might need a different pitcher, whether it be in finals. If something happens to Steph, you need that backup support.
And that's how diamonds are made, aren't they? Out of the rough, into the limelight.
Daniela Perez leads things off, hitting 200 on the year. Both teams are about to see the bottom of their lineup. Both teams opened the game up with a double, but neither team scored. A little surprising.
Yeah. And sometimes those people you leave on base, they just add up, and it could be the difference between winning or losing a final.
Perez in the air. Sophie Hoyle calling people off, makes the catch, out number 1. 4 straight retired for young Harper Bridley. Peyton Daniels had a big finals series last year. Player you really like, a younger player, came over from Seacombe doing some big things.
Yeah, strong girl. When she hits it, they stay hit. So it'll be a challenge for Harper here.
Swing and a miss.
When you've got a field like you have here, Harper, behind you, you get so much confidence from that.
Opposite field, Izzy Benedictson will watch this drop in. No, it's a foul ball. Close play down the line.
Yeah, well, I'm not having Izzy playing so deep. Just in case that comes into play, would have been a cap. There would have been an out.
Ooh, just barely foul.
Yep, just barely.
Just ends up as a strike on the score sheet. Drops it in there, looking for the call, doesn't quite get it.
Looked like it was just sitting up there like a big yellow gelati, wasn't it? Waiting to be licked. It wasn't.
Daniels again trying to go opposite field. 2 strikes on her now.
Get ready out there, Izzy, at right field. Chances are it may be coming your way.
Hard hit ball up the middle, and Harper Bridley's aboard with a hit.
Good batting.
Or Peyton Daniels aboard with a hit, rather.
Versatile, isn't she, Harper? She's batting
to herself, yeah.
Yes. About the only way I'd get a hit. I don't know about yourself. I know you're a very good baseballer.
Unbelievable. Didn't play today, though. Washed out from all the rain we had. Georgia King up to bat. Reaches that one, lifts to outfield. Georgia King makes it back-to-back hits for the Hills.
Good batting by Georgia King. She just held her hands back on the changeup.
So trying to string together some hits. Sasha Penglaze off to a nice start this year, hitting .313 on this season. That gets the job done.
You think they'll hit away or will they go short?
Showing bunt.
There's your answer. Once again on the first pitch, you know my thoughts about bunting, attempting to bunt the first pitch.
Enlighten us why not again, Lee.
It usually goes foul or goes straight up near to the catcher and puts your runner in all sorts of trouble.
Well, she's quickly behind 0-2.
And that's the second pitch, which was a guts pitch, as known in the trade. They're the ones to go for, I think. It's just personal choice.
Penglaze just protecting the plate.
Yeah, she must be doing something with the pitching, Harper, here, because a lot of the balls have gone that side of the diamond, haven't they? And they normally go that side of the diamond if you're throwing really hard. But she's obviously getting the ball to move a bit. Bit of a lull in proceedings at the moment.
Penglaze.
Ooh.
Off the noggin for Amber Hood.
Maybe a reason why we wear face masks and helmets, you'd think. Probably throw a change up here, I think.
Chop foul.
Chop foul. Is that any relation to chop suey? Wanting to pull the ball here, Sasha. I think the change-up would be an ideal result. Good pitch.
So Harper Bridley battling away with runners in scoring position, isn't she?
Yep. It's a repeat of the West Torrens innings, isn't it? When you think about it.
Runners on first and second. Flared out to right field, and it's caught by Izzy Bennett-Dixon. How's that, Lee? So we've got, as the inning comes, or the top half of the inning comes to an end, back-to-back innings now on the hitting side. We've had runners with good, favorable outs on the board, 2 runners on, 2 runners in scoring position, but the pitchers and the defense getting them out of trouble.
Yeah, that's what's running the game at the moment, but I'm not a big G'er and I'm not a big pluser, or plus, for batters going for the first pitch when there's 2 runners on. It just narrows the odds a bit.
Mary Fuse will lead things off. And so this is the bottom part of the lineup, Lee. This is where the depth needs to, I guess, contribute and show what they can do.
Yep.
There's a few players in this lineup that have bumped in and out, some injuries, some circumstance. Now we get to see some of the younger players, Mary Fuse, Harper Bridley, Izzy Benedictson, Chloe Lockwood. Kind of unknown quantities right now. Some regulars not quite in the side, like your Alicia Marchinks that we're used to seeing here. This is where that organizational depth gets tested, isn't it?
It certainly does, and we're about to find out how well it's going to be tested. I believe Mary got a safe hit. There was only 2 hits from the Eagles on Wednesday evening, the game on Diamond 2, and she got one of them, so good luck to her. Needs one here.
Fuse to the left side. And Daniels has had a nice game so far. She's made a couple 5-3 putouts. She's got that hit. Looking steady over at the hot corner.
That's what you've got to be, don't you? You either field them or you wear them. Tall girl, isn't she, Harper? When she comes in the, you don't notice it so much when she's pitching. In the batting box, she looks a tall girl.
She really does, doesn't she, Harper Bridley? Wow. This is Bridley's just 3rd at-bat of the season. Only played a couple of games. Swings through it.
Yes, she did.
So what's the approach if you're a hitter going against a superstar like Georgia Hood?
Try and concentrate and try and track the ball. I think a couple of things you should be doing.
Ball floats up high.
I think what Georgia's tack should be here is she's coming against very inexperienced batter. Just throw hard, I would have thought. Just looks like she's, Georgia Ballard may be calling the game. I don't know, but just throw hard on them because they're thinking I'm facing Georgia Hood. It's a mean pitcher like that, or not.
Georgia can get quite expressive when she's pitching.
Yes, she can.
She was calling for that one.
Yeah.
No walks yet for Georgia Hood, but she's in a batter's count at 3-1. And it's outside, so
Well batted.
I spoke it into existence, Lee. It's a walk. So a runner aboard as Izzy Benedictson comes to the plate.
I'm going bunt, second pitch, not the first pitch.
Benedictson flares it to the right side as we welcome Maddie Cameron, superstar,
Hello.
into the broadcast booth.
Hi.
How you going, Maddie Cameron?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, what time does the 4 o'clock game start?
4.
Nah, we're just kidding, Maddie Cameron. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. It's Izzy Benedictson. Just as we're talking about where the production will come from at the bottom of the lineup, Benedictson pushes the runner around. Well, Maddie, for you and everybody else that might be joining us right now, both teams led off the first inning with a leadoff double. In fact, West Torrens had runners on second and third and nobody out. And then it was 2 strikeouts and a ground out on Hoyle, Trzynski, and Nucky that Georgia Hood ducked and dived her way out of trouble. In the last inning, it was the same thing. For the Hills, Abby Jorgensen led off the game with a double. Harper Bridley retired her. She's pitching today instead of Steph Trzynski. That diving effort by Ballard. And the same thing in the second. Runners on first and second, nobody out. And they couldn't score a run. So pitching and defense reigning supreme so far in this game.
Wow. Well, I always knew this one was going to be a tight one.
And Harper Bridley pitching very well for West Torrens. This is Chloe Lockwood up to bat. This is her first Premier League at bat. She'll hold off of it. Runner trying to make a dash for third. Ballard might have gunned her down, and she did. Defense ruling again.
Wow. Great play by Ballard. Now, this is the second game that they've played this week. Am I right, Eric?
Absolutely right. It's 2-0 on Wednesday night.
So West Torrens will be looking to get another one on the board.
Hill's a little bit hard done by lately as Lockwood fouls it away. They've lost 4, they've lost 5, but they've lost 2-0, 5-4, 2-1, and 5-4.
Maddie, do you know this girl, Chloe?
I do
B-grade?
not.
No,
I do
neither
not.
do we. Well, we wish her well.
Yes.
First go.
We've seen some cool first at-bats, though, this season. How was Ruby DeBro's first at-bat a couple weeks ago?
Oh, my gosh.
Average.
I know.
I couldn't believe that.
Deposited over the fence. What was the vibe like in that dugout after?
Amazing. I said to Ruby, that takes years for some people. So some people were very happy for Ruby, but annoyed
that it happens
that
right
it's
away.
taken so long for some people. But no, great effort by Ruby. And Ruby was one of the under 11s that I coached. So I'm feeling quite old in my team at the moment.
It was funny. I just took note of your faces as a team when waiting for Ruby to touch home plate. There was the look of surprise on a lot. None more than Belle White, who just cleaned up the game with her own run. She was belting everything, upstaged by young Ruby.
No, it's exciting
Terrific.
to see some of the juniors start to break through in the A grade. So, yeah, really exciting.
They're the future players in this league.
Absolutely.
Well, one of those juniors breaking through is Harper Bridley, and she's back in the circle. She's gone through the lineup once, allowed 3 hits, got 2 strikeouts, had a runner in scoring position with 1 out or less twice now, but runners being left stranded. So a much better appearance so far from Harper Bridley than her debut start.
Yeah, West Torrens are lucky to add Harper to their I guess, caliber. So exciting to see another junior come through. And she's originally from Port Pirie, from the Port Pirie League. So another Port Pirie gal.
There's a few country ladies around the place in this competition this year.
Yeah.
And Port Pirie and places like Mangambie have provided a lot of talent.
For sure, you're not wrong, Lee. Hopefully we can gain a few more. If anyone from the country leagues are listening, we are more than welcome to add some new players to the mix.
Let's get a country team going. Only country folk.
We don't want to lose any of our own area.
What would that team name be?
We could
If
perhaps
it was just rural South Australia.
we could perhaps have a game, all the country girls that come against the city girls.
Country versus city all-star game.
Yep.
I like that. Abby Jorgensen up to bat. Who do
Little
we
road
have in
trip.
this game? We got a few country girls in this one. So we got, where are the Ballards from?
From the hill? Specifically?
Kalangadoo, I think it is.
Kumanduk.
Kumanduk.
That's right.
I knew it started with a K.
I mean, it'd be a good pitching matchup because Georgia Hood, I'm assuming, would pitch for the country folk as Lana Kaesler retires Abby Jorgensen. So that's a pretty good starting pitcher to have on Team Country.
Definitely. Some solid defense from West Torrens. I think Lana's liking the little shortstop position.
She loves it. Gets away from that set position.
Yes.
She can move laterally. She loves it.
She's solid anywhere.
She dives at the ball. That was well out of her reach, but A-plus effort. Georgia Ballard is aboard with a single.
Seeing she was about 3 metres from the ball, I suggest that she fell over rather than died.
Well, let's take a look at the leading team's replay. You can walk us through it. I don't know if this angle will show it.
Good effort, though, Lee.
Oh, it was a
Great
very good effort. No, I'm not decrying the effort.
Well, now it looks like she's done some work, at least, with her uniform.
Yes.
Sometimes you see shortstops diving for the ball, and it's only going to be a single going out the left field, but they knock the ball away and the runner gets 2 bases. Happens.
Georgia Hood flew out to right field in her first at-bat.
Didn't like that one.
I'm going long ball here. Fence, 1 bounce into the fence.
Which
Yeah.
side?
Oh, I think about in between, just over Lana's head, 1 bounce.
I'm predicting right side. George is a great right side hitter. And in this situation, she'd want to be driving it behind the runner so she can get one on the board.
And if she gets struck out, Eric, you win.
Perfect. I think Harper Bridley's the winner in that scenario. Hard hit ball at the middle. It gets through Lana Kaesler. It's a hit for Hood.
Not badly. Predictions are on.
Well, I thought that's the time Lana could have been down and getting dirty.
Yeah.
So for the third straight inning, they've got a runner with 1 out or less in scoring position. 3 runners stranded in the first 2 innings. It's been a theme today. Glen Elk stranded 9 runners in the game earlier today. Chelsea Robinson started going 3 for 3. Was involved in a couple double plays to keep the runners off. Seems like a good game. Par for the course for Chelsea Robinson, it seems like these days. Megan Williams, one of Lee's favorites, back up to bat.
Well, she's a good hitter, so I'd still like the bunt here. Just push it up to Kelsey if you can.
Pressure is on, though. Oh, maybe a double steal trying to happen here.
Well, it's either got to happen or it doesn't it? Really? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
That is that's very simple, Lee. You've oversimplified it.
Oh,
Ball back to Kaesler. She blocks it. Play to third. Lana Kaesler gets the lead runner on a
Down.
heck of an effort.
down and dirty again, Lana.
yeah.
Impressive.
She's a brick wall. Nothing much gets through Lana. Great job. Just trying to find the ball there. Perfect.
And on the ground makes the play.
So we've got the lead
Barehanded.
out. Deja vu, same play.
Danny Perez rips
Wow.
one, but that goes foul.
That was power.
So Harper Bridley relying a lot on her defense. Very reminiscent of kind of like someone like Maddie Scott, who a couple years ago was doing the exact same thing with West Torrens. Ball could go in play. Ball never hit that hard, and the defense could do the work.
This could be the point. This could be where Hills get the advantage.
They've had a couple, they're struggling with runners in scoring position. They are 0 for 6 so far. Something's got to give, the law of averages would suggest. Ridley was looking for it, won't get it, 2-1.
The third base and the shortstop of the West Torrens Eagles are most bemused why those 2 pitches weren't called strikes.
I think that's often, though. They're often pretty dirty.
Perez
Oh.
out towards center field. Steph Drzezinski tracking, and it's caught by Izzy Benedixon, who moves over and takes away the catch, but gets a crucial out. So once again, they put runners in dangerous positions, but Izzy Benedixon with a big catch.
And her teammate backing her up there, Steph Drzezinski, she got there pretty quick.
Hasn't had a play yet, Steph, has she? No.
I think she was trying there, Lee.
Yes, I think she was, yeah.
But
Trying to get involved.
great defense by West Torrens to stop them from scoring in that dig.
This is a good go, isn't it, this game?
It is exciting.
Harper Bridley keeping the Hills offense in check. So Georgia Hood will head back out to the circle, and she'll go up for the Hood sisters battle round 2. Amber Hood won the battle in the first inning. She led things off with a double, got all the way to third when Lana Kaesler singled, but they could not score. So same goes for West Torrens. They're struggling with runners in scoring position.
Which is quite unusual. Normally when West Torrens get runners on, they're pretty hard to knock down. So
Just like the
tight battle.
first game today was a classic. Second game looking pretty good too. Third game, that'll be a juicy one. Top of the table clash between Port Adelaide and your Sturt Falcons. That's a big one.
it is. It is. And we are missing Millie Fidge today, so
Oh, no.
we're switching it up. Yeah, so we will see.
Please don't tell me she's at schoolies.
Oh,
Okay, so she won't tell you.
she's enjoying some time off, Lee. Let's just say that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Amber Hood, 1 for 1 today. Takes one up high.
Now, Amber's usually should be up there with most walks. Am I right, Eric?
She's usually up there. This year she has 4 walks, which leads her team. Shared lead. She's got an on-base percentage of .591. She's hitting .471
Great.
in her first year, and that average will increase today because she's already got a double. So yes, you are right.
Yeah.
Again.
I think last year, yeah, normally she would be on the base pretty quick, whether she gets a hit or a walk.
Fierce competitor.
Not sure how she feels about hitting against her sister.
Well, how does her sister feel about pitching to her?
Well,
Ooh,
maybe that's
now we
good.
talk about-
Does that answer the question right
I
there?
think so.
That must have been a rhetorical question, I
Yeah, I
think.
think it was.
Could not have timed that any better, Georgia Hood. 3-1 count, so a hitter's count. Just the one walk allowed so far. 2 or 3 strikeouts that Georgia Hood has to her name for the first time through the lineup.
Oh.
And Amber was
Oh,
getting ready to move her way down the line. It's called strike. She doesn't like it. It's a full count regardless.
Well, usually batters swing at the next pitch when they get a call they don't like.
well, the pressure switched very quick. Yeah.
And it's a swing and a miss. Amber wins round 1. Georgia wins round 2.
It's even Stevens.
And still nothing on the scoreboard.
Uh-huh.
Kaesler's 1 for 1. She had that hard hit ball out to left field. Couldn't quite find that gap, though, to score the runner. And Georgia Hood back to throwing first pitch strikes.
She's really nailing the outside pitch. And West Torrens aren't really looking to swing at it. So they might have to make an adjustment for that if it keeps getting called.
60% of her pitches on the season have been first pitch strike. Got a little foul off the nub of the bat for Lana Kaesler, and she can't believe it.
Frustrating ones
Yeah?
when you go to leave them and they accidentally hit the end of the bat. Because then it's 2-0.
Up high.
Way out of the zone. She'd be happy with that one. Just nicked the bat.
Look at her face.
Yeah, you can see the frustration.
Every pitcher tells a story.
Watches one down low, so she's worked her way back in the count.
She's done well.
Well, the batters like this, you've got to pitch carefully, don't you? You just can't throw
do.
something fat. She can belt you a long way.
She can. Oof.
I wouldn't be leaving that go.
Well, she's worked it full.
Big comeback, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now we saw Amber with the 3-2 count. Can Lana change and can she get on the board?
Yes. It's a walk for Kaesler. She's aboard for the second time today. So every half inning has had a base runner. That continues. Still looking for the first run. Sophie Hoyle struck out. She was the first strikeout victim of the day from Georgia Hood.
Ooh.
Over the plate, strike 1.
I'll be looking to get Lana in a nice scoring position at second base. So we'll see, maybe a hit and run lead.
Big battle in the middle of the table here. Hills with 8 points, West Torrens with 10 points. Earlier today, Walkerville won. They're up to 12. They've tied in points at least. They played 2 more games than Sturt.
That's
So
fine.
Walkerville now in 3rd place, unless Sturt allow 38 runs in their game today.
Well, I hope not.
Swing and a miss, and a throw over to second. Lana Kaesler gets there on the steal.
Speedy.
She's quick, Lana.
She is. Didn't even have to slide.
Yeah.
5 strikeouts now, including the last 3 outs coming from the K.
Here's danger.
But a runner in scoring position for Steph Trzynski. She had this opportunity earlier. She hit 2 hard hit balls to right field that just went foul before Peyton Daniels made a nice play at third to retire Trzynski. And she's in form right now. Trzynski with 9 extra base hits on the season, hitting .524. She's got a home run, 10 RBIs to lead the comp.
Nice.
Look at that.
And that might be
It's a
another
run.
one.
It's
Andrew
a
Scott
run.
sending the runner around. Jorgensen throws the ball in, but Lana Kaysler touches home.
Nice job.
Steph Trzynski's done it again.
Great right side hitting. Perfect. Went with that pitch to score Lana nice comfortably over the plate.
She extends her RBI lead, pushes it to 11. Jess Maslin had 9 coming into the game. Another big season from Steph Trzynski, and the first runner cashed in of the game.
Maybe that's the momentum shifter. Maybe we'll see a few more.
2 strikes now on Kelsey Nucky. She's struck out already today.
Yeah, she struck out on the high pitch, and that was a high pitch. So if I'm George, I'm throwing it again.
But you aren't Georgia, and it was just outside, but the runner steals second.
Well, she'd thrown it up and she got struck out. The runner would still have got the second.
Lee, you've got to get your telepathic channels
Gotta get
into
back in.
Georgia.
We know he has him.
Oh, there it is. There you go. Well,
He's back.
she's made an adjustment.
One pitch, 2 late.
Maybe Kelsey got that wavelength, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Somebody's interfering with the system.
Nucky stays alive.
See, she will pull the ball hard down the left field line, normally on pitches like that.
Nothing like a 2-down rally, though.
No, that's true.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second.
Up.
Runs it full.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was an emphatic up from you, Lee.
Yep.
Very emphatic.
Kelsey's doing well to stay off that, though. It is a hard pitch to stay off.
And it's one that she struck out on earlier in the game.
So good adjustment.
Well, that one goes down low, and Georgia Hood gets strikeout number 6 on the day, but Steph Trzynski delivers an RBI single, and West Torrens have hit the front through 3.
What can't she do, Steph Trzynski? She's
Yeah.
an all-round.
She's having a big season again, but she's handed the ball over to Harper Bridley today, who's gone through 3 innings. She's allowed a base runner to get to second in every one of the innings, but much like Michaela Yankovic in the first game today, defense and then some solid pitching from the youngin in the circle has kind of got him out of trouble.
Yeah, she's come to the fore, hadn't she, in the last 2 games, Michaela? Been impressive, and it's helped Walkerville's cause.
The bottom of the lineup will be up for the Hills. You'll have Peyton Daniels and then the 7, 8, 9 in King, Penglaze, and Ballard. As I say, 7, 8, 9 get it done. That's how games are won. And Daniels and King were pretty good. They led off with a couple singles. They were in first and second, but again, they got out of trouble. So we'll see what adjustments that this lineup will make for Hills. So in steps Daniels.
Now, hopefully we see a similar kind of inning for Hills in their hitting lineup. So we keep this little competition alive. Very easy to get back from that 1-0 loss, though.
Swing of the bat can change it all. Bridley, another first pitch strike. She's been pretty good with that all day. No walks yet for Bridley.
Doing very well indeed.
And not a lot of hard hit balls. Kaysler gathers, fires, Nucky comes down with it, and 1 out.
I think first bases are underrated for their job. They have to protect a few throws. That's why I should not be in the infield. Think I'd make my first base work too hard.
Well, that's a good look on the leading team's replay of Nucky getting up and getting down to make the play. Ball down the line. Kaiser decides to play it, throw across, and it slips away. I don't know if that ball was going foul or not. It'll be an interesting look on the leading team's replay.
I think it just stayed inside.
There's the ball bouncing down the line. Was that going foul?
Ooh,
I think it was going foul. I think Lana Kaisler, if she left that go just a split second later, that ball would have been played foul.
I think you're right, Eric.
Except it's Sophie Hall.
But good for Hills. They've got one runner on.
Put the ball
and if we continue, we're going to come back to the top of the lineup.
You put the ball on the deck, you never know what's going to happen in this game.
For sure. I think Hills need to try to hit right side, though. Most of their balls have been hit to that left side, Lana and Sophie.
Sasha Penglay's a handy bat to have down at the bottom of the lineup. She's 5 for 16 entering the game today. She did strike out today, and Bridley finds another strike. One out on the board. One runner on.
It's a good battle, isn't it, this game? Good battle.
Mm-hmm.
Just like both of the ones have been earlier in the year between these two teams. 2-0 West Torrens and 2-1 Hills.
Obviously showing there's not much between them.
Lifted to left field. Chloe Lockwood looking for it, and she makes the play.
What a good out.
Her Premier League debut, Chloe Lockwood. I'm sure that would have been a nervy one to take, and she makes the play, and it's a key second out.
When it was hit, it looked like it was going to be in. It wasn't. It was out.
She's tracked that very well.
Good
Bit of a leap at the end there.
How good would Chloe Lockwood be feeling bringing that down?
Absolutely. Sigh of relief. Perfect. Look at that. That's a great replay.
Well, it takes a little bit of pressure off for Harper Bridley going against Ruby Ballard. Top of the lineup will be coming up should Ruby Ballard get on, and that'd be the third time through Bridley. And she falls behind early.
I think Hills need to start making something happen.
There's a big 2-out hit from Steph Trzynski that scored the run the last inning. They've got runners on every inning so far, but they haven't been able to cash them in. Often these games decided by just 1 or 2 plays, and that's been the story of the Hills' last 5 at least. Kaisler at short, throw to first, Nucky gets her!
Close play there.
A bang, bang play. A lot of groans coming around the place. This will be close on the leading team's replay. Ooh, that's very close. Do we get to see a slow-mo? This will show the angle.
Good pickup. Wow, very close.
I want to see that in slow motion. That was, that's one of the ones that you just wish that you weren't an umpire for.
Yes. Good outcome for West Torrens, though. Protected their 1 run. Hopefully we can see them build on it this inning.
Big defense so far from West Torrens, backing up young Harper Bridley, just making her 2nd Premier League start. So Mary Fuse, Bridley, and Benedictson do up. We just saw the 6, 7, 8, 9 batters from Hills. Now we get to see them from West Torrens. First inning, there was 5 up, got the runner to second, couldn't score a run. Second inning, the bottom 4 batted, runner to second. There was a throw out. How's that? 5 batters, 4 batters, 5 batters. This is the second time Mary Fuse has led off an inning.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? No matter where you're situated in the lineup. I know over the years people have said to me, I don't like batting at 3. And as the game turns out, they bat 3 times as lead-off, you know, because it depends what happens in the game, of course. Whoa. High wide, not very handsome.
That was a quick one, though.
It was quick.
Should be one of the harder throwing pitchers in the competition,
Definitely.
Georgia.
Yeah, it's a hard battle.
What are you looking for from Georgia when you're facing her?
Oh,
Sympathy.
Hope.
no, usually Georgia, she might start with something close down the middle to get ahead. So, yeah, normally I'm just looking for something maybe on the out that's not highly, like you said. She can definitely get you on the high pitch. So if she's throwing it flat early, you have to get after it before she can sort of use her other tricks.
Third walk of the day. And I think a quick question from the scorers about how many
Now, it's always dangerous having a few walks in the lower end of the lineup because then you've got that strength coming up to hit them in. So it's looking good for West Torrens at the moment.
I'm sure they'd love an insurance run.
Absolutely.
Take any run you can get off Georgia Hood, just that 1.4 ERA entering the game. So if you score more than one run, you're doing it better than average. Ridley's walk today, showing bunt goes down with it.
Runner remains where she is.
Really looking to put the bunt down here, I think. Trying to force the runner at one to get into a better running position.
Doesn't have to be fancy. Just turn around. Everyone knows it's coming. Just turn around, face the pitch, and let the ball hit the bat.
It sounds easy, Lee, but when it's coming in quick and if it's coming up, it can be a difficult task.
Oh, well, thank you, Einstein.
Just thought I'd let you know.
Tall girl, she is, and
She is.
she's trying to
Long
get
wings.
down on the low pitch.
Off to the
look
right
at that.
side, Harper Bridley has herself a hit.
Ooh.
She just gets there in time. It was a good effort from Sasha Penglaze making the throw in. But Bridley's been on twice. She hasn't allowed a run in the circle. What a game she's having.
Great shot. Perfect little bounce up from the lip there for Sasha. Almost had that play. It's what you want as an outfielder.
The runner on first and second for Izzy Benedictson. She's got a hit already today. And she goes after the first pitch and flares it foul.
Looks an aggressive batter, doesn't she?
She does.
Izzy? Maybe that's why they're letting her bat here rather than put the ball on the deck in the bunt situation.
Chops another one foul. 2 strikes. Hills trying to get out of a rut. But they find themselves locked in a tight battle with the Eagles.
They need an out right now.
Well left there. Now pressure's on. No outs.
Being in this situation back in the first inning, Hood had the double. As Benedictson, did she go through? She did.
Yes, she did.
So strikeout number 7. Back in the first, Amber Hood had the double. Kaesler the single as runners on second and third after Kaesler stole. Then a strikeout to Hoyle, ground out to Trzynski, strikeout to Nucky, ended the threat. Been a bit of rope-de-dope from both of the teams in this game.
Yep.
Chloe Lockwood pops one in the air.
I am surprised. First pitch is going up in the air.
You've literally never said that would happen, Lee. What do you mean?
I must get a
I've never heard you say that.
I must get a T-shirt that says repeat of earlier 1,000 messages.
I do want that T-shirt. I would buy that. Have a Lee Hole face on it with the mustache, though. That says repeat of earlier message.
Now she's going after those 2 there, so we'd be looking to just put the ball in play.
Notice how the second pitch was a guts pitch.
But you're not wrong, Lee. when there's a bunt situation, pitcher's always looking to pitch that up ball to force the batter to...
Hit it up to the catcher.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
It does. Yeah.
Lockwood trying to get a ball that has eyes, but a nice play from
Good play.
Perez to flick the ball over to Daniels at third and retire the lead runner, and it's 2 down.
Similar kind of situation than what we saw last inning with the Eagles. Lana Kaiser blocking that one.
This time, it's Amber Hood coming up with a runner in scoring position at second. She's got a double, and she's struck out.
And they've done really well here, haven't they, the Hills?
They have.
Got 2 outs from the bottom 4 batters. They get to the leadoff hitter and her sister Amber, and they've got plenty to work with now.
So each Hood have 1 and 1.
And
Oh,
Hood of
that
the
was a
Amber
deep
variety
ball.
goes to the right, and it falls in. Amber Hood drives in 1. Can she drive in 2? And she's gonna do it.
Wow.
A 2 RBI double with 2 outs from Amber Hood. And she's winning the Hood sisters battle right now.
Yes. That was excellent. Great drive. Deep ball.
Well, you think she might know what her sister pitches, wouldn't you?
You would
After all
think.
these years.
Yep.
And that helps.
Being on the other end.
Well, it's a big help, though, isn't it?
Oh.
Seriously, when you go in the bat, you know what they throw. You know what their go-to pitch is when they get behind the count. So you're waiting for it.
And that's why some of the best hitters in the team are catchers, because they know the pitcher's game.
Catchers and pitchers. Yeah. Plus the fact is they see the ball all the time throughout the game. You know. You get out there like Sophie King had 1 play, I think, at left field today, you know. Then you've got to come in and bat. You've hardly seen the ball.
2 out hitting becoming a big thing right now for West Torrens. They got a big 2 out hit from Steph Trzynski in the third. That scored a run, and now a big 2 out double from Amber Hood. And they've given Harper Bridley, who's pitching very well today, a 3-run lead to work with as we start to enter the later stages of the game. The last game of the triple header today will come between Port and Sturt. Maddie, you'll be going off in a second to get ready for that one.
I will. Excited. Let's hope the weather stays.
Is there rain coming in?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think yesterday I thought it's going to come, but we haven't seen it yet, so.
Big primetime game, 6 p.m.
Let's hope the rain comes after 7:30.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kaisler to the right, foul. 2 strikes on her. She's reached both times she's been up to bat. She's got a single and a walk, and she's scored. And she's Neo from The Matrix.
Yes, very much so. Did well to dodge that one. Georgia looks like she's really working that outside.
Full count. Kaisler, a tough out.
You're nearly tempted to put her on here, I think. She's been on base twice out of 2 turns. And the next batter, Sophie Hall, has been struck out.
Well, so is Lana Kaisler now. She strikes out. That's the 8th strikeout, but a big shot from Amber Hood has put them up 3-0. We're through 4. It's a 3-0 lead. And Maddie, best of luck in your game tonight. We'll let you go get ready for the game. It's a big one versus Port. You can read Robert Laidlaw's report and find out how that game went if you're following along here later on. Good luck, Maddie.
Thank you. Thanks. See ya.
See you later, Maddie. Thank you.
Well, Lee, we've played 60 minutes of this 90-minute game. A big-time, big story so far has been the defense of West Torrens, and look at that. Harper Bridley did an excellent job for the first 4 innings. She doesn't allow a run. She plays a little rope-to-dope, and Steph Trzynski is entering the game in the circle to try to close this one out.
Yeah. So it's going to get tougher, isn't it, for them?
So some of the numbers this year for Steph Trzynski have been quite staggering in the circle once again. She's got the 1.30 ERA. That's the best in the comp in 32 innings pitched. She's thrown a lot of strikes. She's thrown 337 strikes and 172 balls. That's what she does. 49 strikeouts on the season to the 10 walks. Any way you slice it, it's another big season.
Yep. She's quality.
Jorgensen.
Terrific pitch.
Wow, just freezed up on the outside, and it's almost a look of confusion in Jorgensen's eyes. Chops it foul, stays alive. Chopped again. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Steph Trzynski. This could be a dangerous 1-2 combo if Harper Bridley can go in and pitch 4 innings of no-run softball.
Fantastic.
We're in the top of the 5th. West Torrens trying to stay hot. They've won 4 of their last 5. This is the top of the lineup, Georgia Ballard. You like that, Lee, bringing in your ace at the top of the lineup 3rd time through? Or would you have let Harper keep riding it?
Well, it's 50-50, isn't it? Really, you want to give her as much exposure as you can in a game like this, but you also want to win the game, and that's obviously the priority.
And when you have the best pitcher in the competition, based on her winning the Cath Coral last year and all the stats.
Yeah. So no win situation as it is. So they'll have their work cut out the hills, but they won't go down without a fight, I can assure you. We saw that last season, didn't we?
Do you think
they just fought it out.
Do you think the decision also has to do with Georgia Hood having to come up to bat for sure in this inning? You'd rather have Steph Trzynski take the chances?
Yeah, I think so. That'll be in their thoughts as well. Georgia and Megan can hit.
Swing and a miss.
That's a great
2 up,
pitches.
2 down, 2 strikeouts. Every half inning we've seen somebody reach, and this, if Georgia doesn't do it, that'll be the first time it hasn't. So Georgia Hood, bases clear for her.
Well, if Steph keeps throwing the hard stuff, Georgia gets hold of it, it's going to go a long way.
To Kaesler,
Took the pace
scoops, fires, and well pitched. Lee, you said she took the pace off.
Yep.
Walk us through this.
Yeah, I think Georgia's probably thinking something's coming with a bit of pace. I'll just get something up high and put it deep. But no, Steph just took the pace off. And Steph and Georgia know each other that well, pitched against each other, probably played together some stage, and it's just about outthinking the batter. Cat and mouse game, isn't it? Just like baseball, pitcher and catcher versus the batter. That's where it centres. The whole game centres around those 3.
Well, West Torrens will head back up to bat, and it's going to be a very important inning here for Georgia Hood to try to hold them. We've played 70 minutes of a 90-minute time game, but it looks like there's going to be... No, there's not. It looked like Peyton Daniels was going to the circle, but of course Georgia Hood would be stomping out there. They have to make sure that they hold the runners. They hold the score and give themselves a chance, because we just don't know how many chances they're realistically going to get. Hoyle, Trzynski, and Nucky up to bat. It's the meat of the lineup. But combined, they've gone 1 for 6 with 4 strikeouts on the day.
Yes.
In the middle of the lineup.
It's just about getting you, like you say, the meat of the lineup, trying to get some back-to-back hits. You know, it doesn't happen a lot of times, but if you can, then you got runs. There you get runs.
It's been the bottom of the lineup that's done some damage. The 7, 8, 9 batters have got on 4 of the 6 times they've been up.
Can't ask for much more than that from your bottom half.
Scored twice.
Yep.
And that's been a big factor in this game.
Certainly has.
Hoyle. Oh, that zooms in there, doesn't it, from Georgia?
Yeah, it does.
Over the plate for a strike. 8 strikeouts today through 4 innings for Georgia Hood. Keeps about that regular pace about her.
Yep.
Hard hit ball, Sophie Hoyle. Well taken by Georgia King in the outfield, but Sophie Hoyle has herself a hit. And here come the Eagles again. They've been threatening all day long.
Back-to-back K2s for Sophie. She's answered in the most emphatic way she could. Off a really good pitcher in George.
Trzynski has an RBI. She drove in the first run of the game back in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Slashed one over to left field, stole second, and put herself in scoring position. She's 1 for 2 today, and that's below average.
Yeah, I think that particular little cameo from Steph, it looked like the ball hit the bat rather than the bat hitting the ball.
On this one right here, yeah, she went down. That's an awkward foul ball, isn't it? Chopped into the ground, and it's going to just go foul.
Clever by George, wasn't it? She's a very good pitcher, fielder off her own pitching, George. Steph's huffing and puffing in there a bit.
Certainly the most informed player in the competition right now for Steph Trzynski, and that's going back a couple years now.
Yep.
Hard worker. Watches it go upside. Trzynski, long ball to the right side. It looks like trouble until it's not. Sasha Penglaze moves way back to take the catch at deep right field, and that's a big out.
Certainly is, and a look for all money that it was going to land and put Hoyle on the 3rd by doing so.
The wind's been swirling a bit today. And that was a big catch from Sasha Penglaze.
Really good it was, Sash.
Reaching 5:15 local time. It'll be no new innings after 5:25. So it's looking ominous in terms of we probably won't get well, this is the bottom of the 5th, so we'll get a 6th inning, but it'll probably be last chance saloon in the top of the 6th for the Hills. You can't really see them getting to a 7th at all.
Last chance saloon for Hills. Come out with your guns for them.
First, they need to stop the runner at first and Sophie Hoyle from scoring. Nucky struck out twice today. She takes a pitch down low, 2-1 count. To right field again, Penglaze gonna have to do some work. She changes directions and makes another nice catch. So they're certainly testing Penglaze out there, and she's answered the call with Some great marks out there.
Yeah, both of those looked dangerous, didn't they? But no, runner remains where she is.
I think she had to change direction completely.
Yep. Wind, like you said, Eric, the wind's swirling, and that's obviously playing a big part. Now, different batter here, Mary Fuss. She needs to come in real close here at right field. She won't go that deep, in my opinion. Mary's had a 5-3 in the base on balls, so she's contributed.
That bottom 4 in the lineup. That was the question we asked at the very beginning of the game, is what impact could they have? Players out of the lineup, a team sort of changing with West Torrens. Could the depth step up? And the answer, a resounding yes in this game in particular. Harper Bridley has a walk and a hit, and she didn't allow a run in her start. Few swings through it. Steph Trzynski entered the game in the last inning in the circle, but a great combination between those two pitchers in terms of hitting and pitching.
Yep.
Fuse. In the air again, stays 2 strikes.
But you see what I mean? The runner, Sophie Hall, was still on first, camped on first. Leader, she was the lead-off hitter. She gets the first, and remains, if she gets struck out, Mary, it's a waste of innings. And she has, and it was.
9 strikeouts for Georgia Hood, but this will be the last chance coming up for the Hills. West Torrens lead 3-0. Well, the middle of the lineup also coming up. Megan Williams, Danny Perez, Peyton Daniels, some very capable batters in there. The first couple batters, how important are they in the bottom of the 6th?
They certainly will be. You said it's going to be their last chance. Let's see what they can produce.
Well, if it's a quick 3 outs, they might send West Torrens out to bat, but no new innings after 85, so you got to figure that if they are to have a chance, they're going to need to score some runs. That'll take up time. Well, so it has to happen now.
Starting with a good hitter, because Megan can hit a hard shot.
Reached on a fielder's choice today. Yep. Perez has put the ball in play a couple times.
And Daniels has got a hit.
And Daniels does have a hit.
And Georgia King's been on base twice. So there's a chance.
The big one here in this lineup is if they can get a couple runners on and maybe a run on the board and turn the lineup back over, that's where it's okay. But the most dangerous bat in the lineup, Georgia Hood, she's as far as you possibly could be away from her.
Well, then others need to step up.
Steph Trzynski comes back out here. It's her 2nd inning of work. She did not start the game. That's Harper Bridley. She didn't walk anybody, Bridley. She allowed a couple runners on. She had a few strikeouts. She's delivered with the bat, Bridley, and Steph Trzynski is coming in closing duties today. What a start from Bridley. Can Trzynski close it out? Williams, the batswoman. Outside.
Still a good pitch, though, isn't it?
Would have been tempting.
Got to get a lot of good batters going at that.
Comes back over the plate for the first strike.
And that's what you got to be thinking when you're batting, don't you? Get away with a couple. Steph is going to come back. All good pitchers will come back hard. They'll get back in the count.
Williams puts it in play. Kaesler scoops down, across, out number 1.
Been in the action, Lana, at shortstop, hasn't she?
She has. Count up those plays. The last few outs, she's got a 6-3 in the 6th, 6-3 in the 5th, 2 of them in the 4th, 1 of them in the 3rd.
6, I think.
She's got 6 6-3s.
Yeah, 6-6-3s. Whew.
It's a big day from Lana Kaesler.
It is, it is. That's probably why you play one of your best players at shortstop, I guess.
Moved over there to 3rd with the absence of Jordan Harris.
Look at that game.
Maddie Cameron, as she said earlier, she was excited to be there.
Look at that game at shortstop that Chelsea Robinson played with the 12 plays, I think it
Remember that? Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. That was a fun one to call, wasn't it?
Was it ever?
Danny Perez up the middle, going towards center. Steph Trzynski, no, it was over. Trzynski's pitching now, so
it's Izzy Benedictson.
It's Izzy Benedictson,
yeah.
sorry. Izzy Benedictson can't quite bring it in, so.
Was in and out, wasn't it?
It was. The second out was there for the taking, so it's going to go down as an error in the outfield, and Peyton Daniels has a runner aboard. Needs to string together some hits here to the Hills Heat. First pitch strike.
Tell you, it wasn't a bad piece of the ball, was it, from Danny against a quality pitcher like Steph?
No.
That's you'd take a lot out of that if you're a young player like Danny is.
Over to Kaesler, 6-3, make it 7 on the day for Kaesler. Ball magnet.
Well, she knew the ball was travelling slower, so there was no chance of playing the lead runner. Just play the routine out, take them one at a time. One more and the game's over.
You can't imagine that the umpires would even bother sending West Torrens out to bat should they retire them here. Time of game just 3 or 4 minutes away. So Georgia King represents the last hope. Finds the outside plate down to the last strike.
There's that pitch again. It's a terrific pitch, isn't it? Nothing much you can do with it except little fiddly little shot to right field, I'd say. Hard to pull that.
Swing and a miss, and Steph Trzynski comes in and closes out what was an excellent start from Harper Bridley. The umpires will converge. That should be time of game. But what a performance from Steph Trzynski and Harper Bridley to combine to keep the Hills off the board, and both of them did it with the bat.
Yeah, it's a terrific effort. So well done to Harper, especially. You know, she did most of the pitching, and Steph comes in, the icing on the cake, wasn't it?
Hills
to bring a player like her quality in and shut the game down.
Hills have won 5 of 6 games. They moved to 6 wins and 3 losses. They've got 12 points on the board. That's equal with Sturt, who are 6-3, and equal with Walkerville, who are 6-5. They'll still remain third based on run differential, but they've only allowed 30 runs. Sturt have allowed 21, but they're sending the teams back out there to go bat again. We haven't reached time of game yet, although it will be impossible for Hills to win this game unless there's 3 outs in about 6 seconds.
3 outs in 6-7 seconds. You're pushing your luck there, aren't you, fella?
So they got 3 minutes until time of game.
Yeah.
So if knowing that you're against the clock, Andrew Scott would be well aware of this, the coach of West Torrens. Are you just telling your players to, hey, take? Don't swing at anything you need? First pitch swing, and that is a quick out. Oh no. That makes things interesting. They're just 3 minutes away from time of game, and they swing at the first pitch. Izzy Benedictson now up to bat. And she swings at the first pitch. This one to the outfield, and it's gonna drop. West Torrens swinging at the first pitch when they have the clock on their side. My goodness, Lee.
I'm gobsmacked.
Wow.
Yes, it's a different tack than what we thought may have happened. We'll see what happens here. Is you going to go for the first one, Chloe?
No. Chloe Lockwood up to bat in her debut game. Time of game, you got 1 minute to go before that's called. Double play, I guess, still in effect. You just got to take some pitches, surely, Lee. We called the game prematurely, but that chop foul.
Hasn't looked too phased, this young lass.
No, she made that great catch out in left field earlier in the game, too, to rob a hit and maybe save a run.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a hit.
Swing and a miss.
She's adopting this approach. When it comes down, and give it all you've got.
Well, we are right on that borderline of time of game. Only one down, though, and it's a strikeout. It's number 10 for Georgia Hood. And Amber Hood will come up. She's a patient batter. We've reached 85 minutes, I think, on the time of game now, so that should be all she wrote.
Should be. She's had a great game, hasn't she, Amber?
And she swings at the first pitch. This towards center field. Jorgensen goes and makes the catch. There should be no new innings after 85. The umpires will confer to confirm, and they've called game. They barely snuck that in. They made that a lot closer than it could have been. But again, repeat of earlier message, Lee, it was a tremendous performance from Harper Bridley and Steph Drzezinski. I mean, I'd be so curious to see what Steph Drzezinski even thinks of how Harper performed to that veteran pitcher, just to see how she did back there. Lana Kaiser, also great. She made a lot of plays over at shortstop, so I'm sure she's loving the adjustment to short. There's a couple good candidates that David Muggleton might interview down there. We'll find out. Lana, though, had an excellent game. She had a hit. She scored a run. She had 7 plays at 6-3, and she really backed up a young pitching side, didn't she?
Looking very dapper, the owner and producer, director of Spacequake Sports, isn't he, Eric?
Well, let's throw it down to Dave right now with Lana Kaiser. Neo from The Matrix, as we saw earlier when she leaned back and avoided that. That was pretty cool. So, Dave, you're with Neo right now.
Thanks. I am here with the one. Now, first of all, position change. How are you enjoying shortstop?
It's definitely a bit of a mental switch for me from third to short, but enjoying it. I have to think all the time, which is hard for me, but it's going okay.
Now, bit of a rough start for West Torrens, but you guys are absolutely clicking now. You dismantled Sturt a week ago. Victory over the Hills. Things looking good now?
Yeah, I think we've finally found our groove in the box and in the field, and yeah, we've got quite a versatile team this year, so I think everyone's playing their role, and we've worked really hard on team culture and making sure that everyone's doing their job for the team.
Now, speaking of team culture and versatility, Harper Bridley combining with Steph Drzezinski to keep the Hills heat at 0. How big is it? I mean, you've got Steph Drzezinski, one of the best pitchers in the country in your team, but then having Harper Bridley be able to step in and perform, how big is that for a team?
It's huge confidence for our team, and yeah, we really talk a lot about putting our best foot forward behind young pitchers and young players, and I think if we can do our job in the box and in the field, then it doesn't matter who's in the circle, we can get the job done.
Anyways, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lana Kaiser with a big game in the field. This, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Day. We should mention again, Lee, everyone's sporting pink around here on the Sox. We're almost halfway of the goal that we're trying to raise. Fundraising link is being in the comments and on the Softball SA Facebook, but just Google on fundraise.com, Glen Elg Rebels or Softball SA, and please donate. We encourage everybody watching to do that.
Our 12th year, that's
pretty
fantastic,
cool.
Isn't it? Yeah, and it's going to go on infinitum. Surely,
and the community's
terrific. Yeah.
raised over $20,000 over the last time of doing that, so that's pretty cool. Either way, great performance today from West Torrens in the circle and on the field. They run away to 3-0 winners. On behalf of our commentators, Lee Hull and Maddie Cameron, our on-field reporter, David Muggleton, producer Brandon with Spacequake Sports. This is us saying we'll see you on Wednesday night.
Good afternoon.